Hi everyone, bless you all, and welcome to my channel, The Awakening of Phoenix, from trauma to spirituality. This is a journey of healing, and I'm healing from multiple life-changing, life-altering trauma, from childhood and as an adult, with a recent diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome, which is a level of autism spectrum disorder. This video is about letting go. A different perspective about the fear associated with letting go and what to do about it. It is one of a series of videos on the subject. Make no mistake of it. These videos are heavily prayed over. It is no coincidence that you're seeing this. This is meant for you. Keep watching. Phoenix, keep rising. Like I said, I'm on a journey of healing and a spiritual awakening, both at the beginning. So I'm not claiming to have all the answers and that I can heal you. Just inspire, empower, and motivate you to do the same through a personal relationship with Most High. I'm not competing with anyone because these are messages placed in my heart from the Most High and His creation, the universe, right? So others have messages placed in their hearts as well, and they share. I believe in a better, higher level, degree of respect within that energy for us all to raise to a higher degree of existence. I don't think it was placed in our hearts to share competitively. Perspective. I just don't. It completely defeats the purpose. And it doesn't create love, like His word says, turning us against each other. It does not uphold His word. It desecrates it. Letting go. Let's face it, it's a part of life. From the very beginning until, goodness, releasing that last breath. It's letting go, isn't it? I know that's extreme, but you get it. There are smaller things to let go of, and there are bigger things to let go of. Way more complex. And as it is so, there's a process to letting go. And fear can hinder and impede that process. Let's really get into this, okay? I'm going to give you 2 examples. Come on. The 13-year-old who didn't make it on the basketball team. They hurt, cry, maybe even experience social embarrassment because they were not good enough and didn't make the cut, right? So this 13-year-old had a choice, a decision to make, stay in those feelings and allow them to penetrate deep, internalize, and eventually fully accept them. Make decisions because of them, and can even begin to create your own negative internal dialogue, right? Like, I'm just not cut out. I visualized me doing it, I saw myself doing it, and so I thought I could do it. But I thought wrong. This is so humiliating. I'm just going to stop wasting my time and give up, right? Right? Isn't that how the dialogue happens? Yeah. So they stay in bed, sad, hurt, and embarrassed, thinking of all the things they did wrong, right? That didn't get them on the team. So that would be an example of holding on and not letting go, right? That is one choice, one decision. There's another option. You could project, right? And take it out on others. We call them bullies, right? And narcissists. And there is yet another option. They can take these feelings of hurt and embarrassment, right? They can take those thoughts of, I'm not good enough, and turn them into something they could use and will serve them better. And hey, maybe even change the outcome. The results could change. They often call this fight. And what this fight is, it is a simple use of will, a mental transformation, a mental alchemy, energetic alchemy, right? That transformation helps you. If you've had any kind of trauma, it can allow you to let go, right? Because instead of letting themselves or telling themselves, I'm not good enough, right? They begin to say, okay, I can improve. I got this. Instead of saying, I can't make the cut, they give themselves measurable goals, dates, and times to reach the level they need to make the cut, to get on the team, because they know they can do it. They decide, they decide to improve instead of giving up, and change their internal negative dialogue to positive, right? Like, it would sound more like, I have this talent. God put it in my heart to do. He gave me these talents. So I'm not giving up. I can do it. I can do this. I got this. And that, my friends, is a small example of letting go versus holding on, right? Now, this is an example that most can relate to or learn from and understand, no matter what level you are on or where you are on your journey. Because we're all on different levels, right? With different degrees of understanding, learning, healing, school of thoughts, right? And letting go, all at the same time. Whew. Just a little intro to get you all warmed and worked up. Now for an example of having something bigger, more complex to let go of. And these are the types of things that may have caused serious trauma, I believe, and have experienced, okay? That trauma is not necessarily what happens to you, you know? The event that took place. It's not what happened to you. And you know this if you're healing from trauma. If you've had any kind of trauma in your life, you know it. It's not what happened. No! No, see, it's more than that. It's everything that happens on the inside because of it. The hurt, the confusion, the pain, the eternal, internal, and external isolation, all of its disorder and destruction and the fear. Whew. Fear. All of it can cause you to hold on so long, it becomes scary to let go. Fear can build, and what it builds can be hard to knock down and let go. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. I'm off my Phoenix soapbox. Let me just give you an example. Physical, sexual abuse or assault. Yeah, we're going there. Two very extremes, but two of the best examples of the complexities to letting go and how it will be and look different for everyone. The best way how to show how fear can build and extend or even hinder the process of letting go. Now, I want to remind you, it's just one example. Just one. And from my own experience, with the purpose of empowering, inspiring, and motivating others to heal as well with a personal relationship with the Most High. So, when you have something that's so complex, it's way bigger than not getting on a team, right? When it involves someone else, or something another human did to you, that inner trauma it causes can create fear, a type of fear that prevents the ease. Now, don't take this statement and turn it into something that it's not, okay? Letting go is not easy. Not all the time. What I'm saying is fear can prevent the ease of letting go and prolong its process. Events like sexual assault can cause mental illness, bad mental health, and dis-ease in the body, like PTSD, which can cause flashbacks. These flashbacks can be horrific and intrusively invasive, adding to the prevention of successfully letting go. Now, let me just real quick, okay? Just as quick as I can, explain to you what flashbacks are, PTSD flashbacks. Because the first example I gave, well, that is something most everyone can relate to and understand, right? But this example, physical, sexual abuse or assault, this is not something everyone can relate to or even understand unless they have experienced it, right? I'm going to tell you this. The benefits, what you can learn from these lessons that these traumas bring forth is something everyone can learn from and benefit from. So, here we go real quick, okay? Flashbacks. There are 3 types: visual, somatic, and emotional. All 3 of them forcing the survivor and on a conscious, unconscious, and subconscious level to relive his or her trauma over and over and over and over again. So there's 3 types. The visual. That is where the survivor relives the trauma in the form of visual images, right? They could be driving a car and then boom, right in front of their faces. They're not seeing the road. They're seeing exactly what happened. All the things that they saw during their trauma, during the sexual assault. Right? And then there's somatic. And somatic is a physical manifestation, okay, of the inner psychological turmoil that forces us to relive the physical feelings and sensations our body experienced during the trauma. When I was living in a domestic violence shelter, someone's child ran up to me and put their hands around my neck. I guess they were repeating, acting out what they'd seen been done to their mother. And I woke back up on all fours, on my knees, on my hands, and a puddle of tears, because I was literally experiencing what happened to me in my kidnapping and sexual assault. That's one example. Ugh. So then there's emotional flashbacks. This is when we experience extreme and intense emotions, just like as if the trauma was taking place, as if it was actually happening right then and there. They are very disruptive and not fleeting, okay? These emotions could last for hours or even weeks once triggered. For all three of these, you may not ever discover where all the triggers are to be able to prevent them, yeah? It's like just when you think you have let go, right? You got a handle on it. The flashbacks can just, boom, surprise, pop back up out of nowhere without warning. This is no kind of life. It's just survival, right? We got out of victim mode and stuck in survival, making it seem impossible to let go. But I'm here to tell you, to show you anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything. Anything. All right? Don't give in and don't give up. So for part 2, I'm going to show you a way, a perspective of how to let go that you might not have ever considered to be an effective tool to not only help you let go, it'll also help us heal and rebuild. Now, I know I'm experiencing it, okay? I know that letting go could be sensitive and a touchy subject all on its own. We know we need to do it. And it could still hurt. Especially when we start reliving, right? And talking about the things we are holding on to, right? And haven't found a way to let go of. So, before I end part 1, this is an intense subject to talk about, so let's take a second to inhale 4 counts and exhale 4 counts. Now, as you continue to breathe and relax your muscles, lower your shoulders. Now that we are more relaxed, open up your eyes. And remember, it is not just your spirituality that can define your journey. It is your journey that can define your spirituality. Bless you all. Thank you for watching. And join this community by subscribing to this channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on what is to come.